Hallo, ich bin's, Robin, Deutschlehrer mit Core Languages, and this is the lake. You're probably thinking, what lake? Do we know this lake, or has he mentioned this lake before? The answer is no. So it wouldn't really make sense to say this is the lake. I should really be saying this is a lake. I only use the definite article the when referring to a noun that I either mentioned to you before or if it's a specific lake that I am referencing. It's the same in German, but there's a catch. German nouns have genders. We have masculine, feminine, and neutral nouns, and they have their own indefinite article, ein, eine, and ein. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to use indefinite articles so that you can incorporate them into your German sentences. I would say, los geht's und viel Spaß beim Deutschlernen.
The indefinite article. The indefinite article in German changes based on the 3 genders and the 4 cases. In the nominative case, the masculine indefinite article is ein, the feminine indefinite article is eine, and the neutral or neuter indefinite article is ein. The indefinite article is used when talking about a non-specific noun, and a noun can be a person, place, thing, or object. An article is placed before the noun. Ein, eine, and then the noun. In the sentence, we would have the subject, the verb, and the predicate. The subject would include the article and the noun. For example, ein Mann sitzt im Café. A man sits in the cafe. Mann is a masculine noun, and the indefinite article for masculine nouns is ein. Just like definite articles, indefinite articles also vary by case. There are 4 cases in German: the nominative, the accusative, the dative, and the genitive. Plural nouns cannot use an indefinite article. They can, however, be preceded by a possessive adjective, meine, deine, ihre, my, your, or her, or the negative article keine. They are also placed before the noun, meine or keine, and then the plural noun. For example, meine Eltern sind liebevoll. My parents are caring or loving. Eltern is a plural noun, so the possessive adjective has to be meine. Keine Autos fliegen. No cars fly. Autos is a plural noun, so the negative article has to be keine. It is important to understand when to use the indefinite article. We use the indefinite article for general definitions. For example, der Elefant ist ein großes Tier. The elephant is a big animal. We use the indefinite article for giving no specific information. For example, where are you? Wo bist du? Ich bin bei einem Freund. I am with a friend. We're not giving any specific information about the friend. We also use the indefinite article if we lack information about something. For example, eine Kundin fragt nach dir. A customer is asking for you. In this example, we are using the noun Kundin, which is female customer because of the ending in, so we need to use the indefinite article for feminine nouns, eine. We also use the indefinite article when referring to something for the very first time. For example, ich habe einen neuen Hund. I have a new dog. In this example, we have not mentioned the dog before, so we need to use the indefinite article ein. Hund is a masculine noun, and in this example, the dog, or a dog, is in the accusative case, so we say einen. We also use the indefinite article for countable nouns. For example, Sie haben ein Haus. They have a house. You will notice that the use of the indefinite article is very similar to the use in English, with one exception. In German, the indefinite article can also mean one. For example, ein Haus. Ein Haus, a house, can also mean one house. Depending on the gender of the noun, we need to adjust the indefinite article. For example, eine Katze can mean a cat or one cat. And because Katze is a feminine noun, we need to say eine. Here are some examples or Beispiele of sentences using countable nouns. And remember that the indefinite article can also stand for one. Der Regenschirm, the umbrella. Wir haben einen Regenschirm. We have an umbrella, or we have one umbrella. Das Paket, the package. Gibt es ein Paket für mich? Is there a package for me? Das Fahrrad, the bicycle. Ich kaufe ein Fahrrad. I'm buying a bicycle. Or I'm buying one bicycle. Die Orange. Sie isst eine Orange. She's eating an orange. Or she's eating one orange. Here are some examples or Beispiele of sentences that are referring to nouns that we have no specific information about or that we lack information about. For example, die Wohnung, the apartment. Sie sucht eine Wohnung. She is looking for an apartment. Das Haus, the house. Wohnst du in einem Haus? Do you live in a house? Der Balkon, the balcony. Gibt es einen Balkon? Is there a balcony? Here are examples of sentences that refer to nouns that give general definitions. Das Lamm, the lamb, but ein Lamm ist ein junges Schaf. A lamb is a young sheep. Das Schaf, the sheep. Ein Schaf ist ein Tier, dessen Pelz aus Wolle besteht. A sheep is an animal whose fur consists of wool. Die Wolle, the wool. Wolle ist eine Art Pelz. Wool is a kind of fur. Here are some Beispiele of sentences that refer to nouns for the first time. Das Restaurant, the restaurant. Wir gehen heute Abend in ein neues Restaurant. We're going to a new restaurant tonight. Der Schlüssel, the key. Gibt es einen Schlüssel für diese Tür? Is there a key for this door? Der Mann, the man. Ein Mann geht die Straße entlang. A man walks along the street. It is important to understand when not to use the indefinite article. We don't use the indefinite article when referring to names. For example, Miami ist in Florida. Miami is in Florida. And in this example, we use no articles at all. We don't use the indefinite article when referring to things in general. For example, Welpen sind süß. Puppies are cute. Again, in this example, we don't use an article at all. We don't use the indefinite article when referring to all of something. Ich trinke nicht gerne Cola. I don't like to drink Coke. And we don't use the indefinite article when referring to plural nouns. For example, Löwen sind wilde Tiere. Lions are wild animals. Let's practice. Üben. Look at the following two sentences and try to determine which sentence needs the indefinite article. Bären schlafen den Winter durch. Bears sleep through the winter. This is a plural noun, so we don't need an article. Bären schlafen den Winter durch. And how about this example? Professorin arbeitet für Universität. The translation would be, a professor works for a university. So this sentence does need indefinite articles. Eine Professorin arbeitet für eine Universität. Both Professorin and Universität are feminine nouns. Professorin means female professor. And how about this example? Ein Meter ist Einheit der Länge. A meter is unit of length. Do we need to say, ein Meter ist eine Einheit or ein Meter ist die Einheit? The correct sentence is, ein Meter ist eine Einheit der Länge. A meter is a unit of length. And how about this example? Eine Stühle sind schwarz or die Stühle sind schwarz. Stühle is a plural noun, so the correct article would be die Stühle sind schwarz. We cannot use the indefinite article for plural nouns, and it would be incorrect to not use an article because not all chairs are black, but these chairs that we are referring to now are black, so it is okay to use the definite article. The chairs are black. Die Stühle sind schwarz.
Vielen Dank fürs Zusehen. I hope you now have a better understanding of how to use indefinite articles in German. As always, if you have more questions, feel free to comment, or if you're interested in joining one of our German courses with a live instructor, feel free to message us directly. Das war's. Vielen Dank und bis zum nächsten Mal.